Reds recognize Europa League heroes in penultimate Player of the Month shortlist. Despite a challenging run of domestic results, Ruben Amorim's Manchester United side achieved their primary objective for April, reaching the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa League. The emotional second-leg comeback against Lyon at Old Trafford has rightly influenced the shortlist for April's Player of the Month award, with 4 standout performers nominated for their contributions to one of the season's most unforgettable nights. Casemiro has earned a well-deserved spot after a string of commanding displays, reminding everyone of his world-class pedigree. The Brazilian midfielder made 5 appearances during the month, contributing 2 assists, but his influence extended well beyond numbers. He was instrumental in the Manchester derby, making 11 tackles, a standout defensive effort, and narrowly missed out on the man-of-the-match accolade. However, it was against Lyon in the second leg where Casemiro truly shone. Fouled in the box to earn a vital penalty converted by Bruno Fernandes, he then assisted both of United's late goals. A clever ball set up Kobbie Mainoo's equalizer before his pinpoint cross found Harry Maguire for the dramatic winner. At 33, Casemiro is still proving to be a leader, both in presence and performance. Team captain Bruno Fernandes is aiming to clinch a 3rd consecutive Player of the Month award, and he remains the heartbeat of this side. Across his 6 starts and 1 substitute appearance in April, the Portuguese international scored once and assisted once, but his impact goes far deeper. Rested for the start of the Wolves' defeat, Bruno returned to deliver decisive moments in Europe, calmly slotting home the pressure-filled penalty against Lyon that turned the tide in United's favor. His cross also set up Xerxes' header in the first leg, showcasing his trademark creativity. Voted man of the match by fans in 3 different matches, against Manchester City, Lyon, and Bournemouth, Fernandez continues to drive the team forward with energy, vision, and leadership. Harry Maguire has emerged once again as a cult hero among fans. Featuring in 4 starts and 1 late substitute appearance, the centre-back was influential at both ends of the pitch. He played an incisive ball to Diogo Dalot for a key goal in the Lyon clash and, when pushed forward in stoppage time, delivered the iconic moment of April, heading home Casemiro's cross to complete a stunning comeback. Maguire's resilience and commitment, even when thrown into an attacking role late on at Forest, demonstrate the fighting spirit he embodies. Rounding out the nominees is Leny Yoro, the teenage defender who is blossoming into a star. Yoro scored his first goal for the club in the away leg against Lyon, showing composure and confidence well beyond his years. With 5 starts and a substitute appearance, the Frenchman impressed with his composure in possession and no-nonsense defending, particularly in the 0-0 draw with City. He was unlucky to miss out on man of the match in Lyon, narrowly edged out by Fernandez, but continues to justify the club's investment in him. Fans now face a tough decision as they cast their votes. The winner will be revealed on Thursday morning, with each candidate deserving recognition for their role in one of the most dramatic months of the campaign. Bruno Fernandes points finger of blame at Manchester United teammate after Bournemouth draw. Manchester United captain sends message to Rasmus Højlund after late equalizer against Bournemouth. Bruno Fernandes has delivered a pointed message to striker Rasmus Højlund, following the Danish forward's late equalizer in the club's 1-1 draw with Bournemouth on Sunday. Despite Højlund's 96th-minute goal salvaging a point for United, Fernandes used his post-match interview to both praise and remind the young striker of the high standards expected at Old Trafford. The match itself was a frustrating one for Manchester United, who struggled to break down a resilient Bournemouth side that went down to 10 men after Evanilson's red card. Antoine Semenyo had given the Cherries the lead earlier, and it looked as though they would claim all 3 points until Højlund's close-range effort turned in Manuel Ugarte's shot deep into injury time. Højlund's goal was just his 4th in 29 Premier League appearances this season, and while Fernandes acknowledged the importance of the goal, He also made it clear that the number 9 role at Manchester United carries serious responsibility. Strikers are about scoring goals, and we all know that, Fernandez told MUTV after the game. He knows the responsibility of being the number 9 of United, and he has to score goals. That's the demand of a club like this, not only for him, but for everyone else. The Portuguese midfielder emphasized that scoring isn't just a task for the strikers, but for all players who get into goal-scoring positions. Everyone that plays here who has the qualities to get into the box to score goals has to do it. Today, it was Rasmus, and everyone is very happy to see a striker scoring, and hopefully, it's going to give him a little bit of a push for what's coming. The draw epitomized United's season-long struggles in front of goal. The team has managed just 39 goals in 34 Premier League games. Only West Ham, Everton, and the 3 relegated teams have worse attacking records. This lack of cutting edge has prompted United boss Ruben Amorim to consider reinforcements in the summer, with reported interest in Wolves' Matthias Cunha, Ipswich's Liam Delap, and Napoli's Victor Osimhen. Amorim, speaking after the game, echoed Fernandez' sentiments and stressed the need for improvement in attacking areas. We could do better. We created chances, but we need to do better near the box. It is the small things, he told Sky Sports. It is always important for strikers to score. But when we look at the game as a striker, it is not just the goals. It is a good boost, but the next game is a new history, and we have to go again. Despite the late equalizer, the pressure continues to mount on United's misfiring attack and underperforming squad. Fernandez's public call-out of Højlund may be seen as tough love, but it also reflects the growing frustration within the camp as expectations continue to outweigh performances on the pitch. As United fight to finish the season on a strong note, all eyes will be on Højlund and the forward line to see if they can finally deliver consistent end product in the final weeks. Manchester United controversy, 6 talking points. Manchester United salvaged a vital point in dramatic fashion as they drew 1-1 with Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium thanks to a stoppage-time equalizer from Rasmus Højlund. The Red Devils, who looked set for another dismal defeat in what has been their worst-ever Premier League season, were spared at the death after a match full of drama, controversy, and missed opportunities. The result, though not ideal, gives United a slight momentum boost ahead of their crucial Europa League semi-final against Athletic Bilbao on Thursday. Here are 6 key talking points from a tense afternoon on the South Coast. 1. Amorim's risky selection fails to deliver. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim has often spoken of his willingness to experiment with kids as the club's Premier League hopes continue to fade. However, with a Europa League semi-final looming, Amorim opted to field a strong starting 11 against Bournemouth, including senior players like Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Højlund, Kobbie Mainoo, and Harry Maguire. Despite the star-studded lineup, the team again failed to perform. United showed little cohesion, struggled to create clear chances, and were once more undone by a lack of defensive organization. Amorim's strategy, aimed at building momentum before Thursday's clash with Bilbao, backfired as his team failed to collect 3 points for the 6th straight league match. 2. Defensive calamities cost United again. If there is one consistent theme throughout United's campaign, it's their shambolic defending. Bournemouth's opening goal was yet another reminder of the Red Devils' ongoing issues at the back. A poor pass from Luke Shaw left Patrick Dorgu under pressure on the left flank, where he was quickly dispossessed. Adam Smith picked up the loose ball, crossed into the box, and Evanilson's header fell perfectly for Antoine Semenyo to smash home. United have now conceded the first goal in 21 games this season, an unacceptable figure for a club of their stature. Their insistence on playing out from the back despite constant errors continues to baffle fans and pundits alike. Unless Amorim can resolve these issues, Thursday's semi-final could become a nightmare. 3-point VAR chaos. Adams avoids red. One of the most controversial moments of the match came when Bournemouth midfielder Tyler Adams flew into a reckless challenge on Alejandro Garnacho. Initially shown a yellow card, Adams faced a VAR review, as replays showed both feet were off the ground and studs were exposed. Despite this, VAR upheld the yellow card, sparking outrage among United fans and former players. Roy Keane didn't hold back, labeling the tackle assault and criticizing the Premier League's leniency. Supporters echoed his sentiments online, questioning the consistency and safety of refereeing decisions in the league. 4. Evanilson sees red in similar incident. If Adams' tackle was controversial, Evanilson's sending off only added fuel to the fire. The Bournemouth striker had initially been shown yellow for a two-footed challenge on Noussair Mazraoui, but saw red after a VAR review. While Evanilson's challenge looked reckless, replays suggested he had slipped before colliding with the defender. Despite the apparent slip, VAR prompted the referee to upgrade the card, leaving Bournemouth to play the final moments with 10 men. Fans were left furious, branding the officiating standards embarrassing and questioning the consistency between Adams and Evanilson's incidents. These decisions could have significant ramifications as the season draws to a close. 5. Antoine Semenyo impresses again. Antoine Semenyo once again proved to be a thorn in Manchester United's side. The Ghanaian winger, who has been linked with a summer move to Old Trafford, scored his second goal against the Red Devils this season, having also netted in Bournemouth's 3-0 win at Old Trafford. Semenyo's explosive pace, sharp finishing, and work rate caught the eye again, giving United's defense a torrid afternoon. With 9 goals and 4 assists this season, he's quickly becoming one of the league's most consistent wide forwards. Amorim is reportedly a big admirer of Semenyo, and with potential departures for Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Antony, the Bournemouth star could be a viable summer target. 6. Højlund's timely equalizer. Much has been made of Rasmus Højlund's struggles since his £72 million move from Atalanta. Heading into the game, the Danish striker had scored just 3 Premier League goals all season and hadn't found the net in his last 6 games. His lack of confidence was evident throughout the match, with minimal touches and no attempts on goal. Yet when it mattered most, Højlund delivered. In the 96th minute, with United, he also hadn't scored for 6 games on the trot, amid a horrific period for United that has seen them fail to score in 3 of those matches. But Højlund bailed United out when it mattered, with time running out against Bournemouth. The Denmark international had endured a terrible outing and hadn't had a shot all game, until he scored with his first effort in the 96th minute. While there will still be question marks over whether he is good enough to play for United, he certainly sent a message that he can score important goals in important moments ahead of their massive game on Thursday. Peter Schmeichel defends Andre Onana amid ongoing criticism at Manchester United. Manchester United legend Peter Schmeichel has jumped to the defense of under-fire goalkeeper Andre Onana, insisting it would be unfair to single him out amid the club's worst Premier League campaign in over a decade. Onana, who joined United last summer as a high-profile replacement for David de Gea, has faced intense scrutiny throughout a turbulent season at Old Trafford. Since arriving from Inter Milan, the Cameroonian has endured a rocky spell in goal, with a number of costly mistakes raising doubts over his credentials as United's number 1. While some fans and pundits have pointed to Onana's inconsistency as a major factor in United's struggles, Schmeichel believes the goalkeeper is being unfairly targeted. Speaking to TalkSport, the former United great stressed that the criticism directed at Onana must be seen in the context of a club in crisis. It's been a difficult year. It's been a difficult year for everyone, so singling out anyone, I think that would be very, very wrong, Schmeichel explained. Just look where Manchester United are in the Premier League. The players are not having the greatest time. Manchester United currently sit in the bottom half of the Premier League table, and despite a change in manager with Ruben Amorim stepping in, results have continued to falter. The team is set to post their worst league finish in over 10 years, marking a dramatic decline for one of England's most storied clubs. Onana's performances have certainly drawn headlines, with several high-profile errors influencing key results. Most recently, he was dropped by Amorim after a poor showing in a draw against Lyon, with his return to the starting 18th coming in a losing effort at Newcastle. The debate over his place in the team has continued to intensify, and reports suggest that United are considering signing a new goalkeeper in the summer. Still, Schmeichel, who knows the pressures of being the last line of defense for United better than most, emphasized that playing for a club of Manchester United's stature comes with a unique set of challenges. I try to explain this to people. Why is it different playing for Manchester United as opposed to any other club? He said. We have a broadsheet newspaper in Denmark that doesn't have a sports section, but they still carry Manchester United's results, and not just a little line, but in an article. The Danish legend pointed out that the scrutiny United players face extends far beyond that of most other teams. If you're any other club, or most other clubs, you don't have that. You don't have all the fringe, non-sporting papers reporting on your games, and that is where the pressure is. Every single thing you do in a game of football will be reported everywhere in the world, Schmeichel continued. He went on to highlight how mistakes made by United players, especially goalkeepers, are magnified on a global scale. If you make a mistake for so many other clubs in the Premier League, they might just be in the newspaper the next day. But you're not going to talk about it tomorrow or the day after, he added. Despite his struggles, Onana continues to enjoy the support of his current manager and some within the club, but the mounting pressure could lead to changes in the summer transfer window. For now, Schmeichel's words serve as a reminder of the immense pressure that comes with playing for Manchester United, and the need for patience during one of the most difficult seasons in the club's recent history.